we should.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. Bam, 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 bam. That's right, folks. We're back. We're back after, well, I guess our last episode was when we were back since May. But we're back at you. Rambo 3, keeping our steroid September month going.
Ooh, sweaty September now.
Sweaty September. It was a very sweaty movie.
So sweaty.
Probably because of steroids, if I had to guess. And that's right, folks. We're back with Sylvester Stallone's Rambo 3. Okay?
Do you get the win this time? Oh, wait. That was the last movie. I don't really talk a lot in this movie.
No, he does not talk a lot. Honestly, very little dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Really, the Russian guy is the only guy that talks.
Oh, yeah, the Russian Louis C.K.
Russian Louis C.K. I didn't see him jerking off in front of any women.
Well, no, because they were... Well, yeah, I'm not going to say...
This is early in his career.
Early. He had lost a couple pounds before, or I guess didn't have a couple pounds before that. All the fucking Big Macs and, I don't know. I bet you that guy eats his own cum. Anyways, let's keep going.
Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, yo. So this movie opens, okay? Hey, yo.
Are we just getting right into it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hold on. I want to talk a little bit about it. Can we talk a little bit about it before we actually jump into the whole thing?
Yes. Yeah,
all right.
We can.
First thing I got to say is Stallone, the long hair and the bangs, he's very, very bird-like in this movie. This is probably the closest that he looks to Big Bird.
Dude,
so
his hair is super feminine at the end of the movie.
He's got just full-on bangs.
Yeah.
I thought,
super feminine.
really, spoiler alert, he's my favorite character in this because he looked fucking fine. Just got to say, dude, he had a couple, whip my hair back and forth moments and shit. I saw him check his nails at one point after he lost a few. I mean, he was definitely on fucking point. Vascularity, once again, I'm coming back to it, massive. Also, this is, what the actual, Angry Birds movie would be, except... and then my other factoid, my real factoid here is I polled the nation, and I think about 2% of Americans have seen this film or even know it exists, which is weird.
This was the most expensive movie ever made at the time.
Really?
It shows it. There is so many fucking explosions in this movie. I love it.
Also, apparently a lot of blown up cameras. He would shoot these exploding arrows at cameras with X's on them and shit. So it's okay, yeah, let's see how wasteful we can be with the budget we have. Oh, 1988. I guess cocaine was still getting out of everybody's systems.
Oh, no, they still had it.
Where was this movie filmed?
Arizona and Israel, right?
Yeah, and you can tell. I was watching it, I'm like, that's Israel. That's Arizona. Oh, back to Israel and Arizona.
Wait, what? I didn't realize you were an expert. Holy shit.
I've been to Arizona. I know what Arizona looks like, and I know the scenes that do not look like Arizona. I'm like, oh, that's wide shots of just hundreds of miles of vastness. I'm like, oh, that's Israel. The rocks are different. The actual geography of it looks different. Or what is it? Teleology. I can't say the word.
Teleology.
Hey, we're talking about rocks for jocks.
Hey, I play a guy named Rocky. These rocks look a little different from those other rocks.
Hey, yo, his head's rock hard. Both.
Watch me fight watch me fight another human with a bunch of fuck sticks. This is going to be great.
Hey, yo, I banged Sidney Crawford back in the day? Hey, Frank, you get over here.
My worthless brother, get over here, Frank.
What up, Sly?
I'm good at stuff too, Sly. I can do stuff.
So, real quick, I just want to get this out of the way for everyone who's tuning in to this. If you've made it this far, spoiler alert, this is in Afghanistan. Yep. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay, everybody. It's okay. And we're moving on.
It's not really in Afghanistan, though. It's
Good
in
point.
It was filmed in a very close allies country, Israel.
Also with Israelis playing Afghanis, which I'm sure was an issue for people of Afghanistan.
Now, the real issue I had was that the fucking Russian colonel, Russian Louis C.K. was actually a Frenchman.
C.K. Off?
Nah.
Yeah, he was a Frenchman. Yeah. I thought he was British just because his accent kept on just breaking. Every single time he'd finish a sentence, it would just kind of it was weird.
He's just fucking slithery fuck, dude. You could see the slime coming off of him, man. Weird as shit. That was just an odd character. That and a lot of handlebar mustaches.
He was like a fabulous Russian colonel. Like
he could dress
always dressed to the nines, even in the helicopter, which he's in a lot.
If he hadn't died in this movie in the helicopter, he would be like definitely on the Russian version of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy,
as one of the hosts.
One of the hosts, which is really just that. I mean, the Russian version of that is just showing up to gay people's houses and arresting them,
just beating them to death.
But they're all
that
we have a new headpiece for you. It's called a Bullocksack, and they just put the fucking thing on and just drag them out of the house.
Jesus Christ!
It is called a baseball bat.
I was just hoping that one of them would be able to finally tell me how to properly wear horizontal stripes, because that just doesn't work with any fucking form of the human body ever, unless you're in a submarine. That's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say submarine, a French submarine.
A French submarine? I don't know. Yeah, there's always the fucking Russians wear that shit too. I don't fucking know. Anyways.
Or you're like a 1940s swimmer.
I was going to say a French submarine is really just a sex position or something like that.
Yeah. Like
not that I know sperm. It, but, you know, I do.
Okay, Tim, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So the movie opens with kind of like a traditional 80s sort of like entrance montage with Colonel Trotman, who's walking around Bangkok trying to find Rocky. And he eventually finds Rocky
Rambo
getting geared up for his Rambo. Where the fuck
have you seen this man? It's like I
thought this was Rocky First Blood. What are we talking about?
I'm going to call him Rocky for the rest of the movie. So he finds Rocky getting geared up outside of a Bangkok, bare knuckle boxing, like fucking stick fighting ring.
Kumite.
Where, like a Kumite.
The original Kumite.
Where Rocky's just casually crossing some sticks with some other guys. You know what I mean? No big deal.
He's fighting Jason Momoa's father with fuck sticks. Like, that's exactly what that scene is. And then for some reason, Red from the 70s show was hanging out in the background, just jacking it the entire time.
Smith,
he gets,
man.
45 seconds of screen time?
Yeah, I was surprised that he did not come back. I thought that he was going to be in this for the most of the movie, and he's in it for like the first 5 minutes, and then he's just gone. I thought he was going to be a villain or something.
He is I thought he was going to be a villain too. He's like a pivotal character.
Yeah. It's like, I got you right where I need you, Rambo. and just nothing. I also love that we have a CIA-led secret mission, and the colonel is in like full military fatigue with this like beret on still in Thailand. It's like, these are the only 3 white people in the whole area. It's like, maybe you should dress down a little bit.
I will say that's the beauty of the Thai and Thailand is they don't give a fuck. They don't fucking care anything. Like, hey, we're here to have fun. We're here to relax. We're on vacation, or we're just touring around, or we're just, coming to check out the country. Whatever it is, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you want this boy? Go ahead.
Great. Yeah,
boys for sale.
I mean, it's like, dude, like they invented the blue light district before the fucking Amsterdam ever did, and that's for the people who really know their hookers. So somebody write me and tell me they know what that means.
We get plenty of blue lights in this movie too.
What does that do? It makes blue light.
It's blue.
It's blue.
What does it do? Turns blue.
Turns blue.
Hey, yo, I did laugh out loud at that.
Yeah, that was good. Hey,
yo, turns blue. Frankie, get over here.
Oh.
Hey, did I ever tell you that I banged that Kate Hudson's mom? what's her name, Frankie? Frankie.
Kurt Russell's squeeze. What's her name again? Just, all the Hudson's mom. Just naming every single famous person around Goldie Hawn. He just can't figure out what her name is.
Yeah, no, I think that if you're in Thailand and you're in like military fatigue, someone would call you into a back alley and be like, "You're going on a CIA sting?" Okay, I help for $8.
I'll do it for $4. Deal. I only have this crumbled up heroin in my pocket. Can I give you this in exchange for $8?
Apparently, they're into meth these days. It's just like the American Southwest. It's fantastic.
Meth is more appropriate for them, with just all the cigarettes hanging out of their mouths, screaming, just throwing money everywhere.
Oh my God, that and the gambling boss, who always, for some reason in these movies, the gambling boss has a cigar like surgically implanted into his cheek, like which makes no fucking sense. And they're also like always like just very, very small old men,
which makes Stallone look normal sized in this movie.
Oh. So here's the other thing. So you got Stallone, and he's fighting Jason Momoa's father with 2 fuck sticks, and by fuck sticks I mean literal wooden fuck sticks. Surprised that they weren't used to their full potential. But why did they try to be like bashful about how badass Rambo is? Like we're like, you got Red from that '70s show and the Colonel in full fatigues once again, like watching like, oh no, he might not do it, he might not pull it off, and then he beats the fuck out of the guy like after like getting his ass whooped for a solid 60 seconds. Why were they being bashful about him being like stone cold killer, big dick swinging, as you all would say, the best in the biz?
Well, because I think that what someone probably started writing this movie with like a little bit of context and depth, and then they just decided, no, this is Rambo, we're not going to do any of that. So they're probably like maybe trying to plant the seed, like, oh, did he lose his edge because he's been living in Thailand? Like, maybe he's not the same guy, and then you find out that he is, and then all that depth that they may have been trying to plant into the story is gone. Yeah, because then it's just like a fucking an hour
He's
and a half
untouchable
long
after
explosions.
This. Yeah. He has cheat code the rest of the movie.
Exactly.
Everything he shoots dies.
Yeah, he has like XX up from 007 on.
Some KGB should have been there just investigating, be like, we need to bring the other chopstick guy with us, and then we have a fighting chance. They just deploy him out of the helicopter for the final boss scene of the movie. Like, oh shit! I didn't think this guy was going to come back.
Mm-hmm. We all played this game on PS2, like in the 2000s. So we know that. And yeah, he was using fucking cheat codes. At our N64, he had the fucking Game Shark cartridge and shit. You could plug it in, hack into your fucking shit. Hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
Game Shark. Damn.
So then, after Rambo, beats the guy up, but then mercilessly saves his life. He goes and hops on a fucking like panga boat and just like zips off into the Bangkok hustle and bustle. But somehow fucking Kirkwood Smith and Colonel Troutman track him down at some fucking like Buddhist mosque up in the mountains, just like banging on some copper that they're putting up on the top of the mosque. Because apparently he's like a coppersmith now.
He was good with that hammer, I gotta say. Didn't jam his finger one time, but even if he would have hit his finger, do you think he would have made a sound?
No. I also think that all those like old Thai like temples are like literally made of pure gold. Like I don't think they're made of them are. Yeah, I don't think they're just made of like really thin copper sheets.
No, you're right. They really, really are made out of gold. I've seen a couple of them. But funny enough, this actually was a real one that was being built. So clearly he was not helping build the fucking literal Buddhist temple. They just probably had him off scene. Like, okay, all right, Stallone, just bang this piece of fucking copper over here that we spray painted. All right, yeah, that's good. All right, great. But yeah, they were actually building this fucking thing when they decided to show up and start shooting.
I'm banging this pretty good, Adrian. Hey, Paul, you see me? I'm banging this pretty good. Hey.
Yeah, I'm banging on this thing over here like I'm banged you against your will in that first movie we made.
Yeah, you remember that? They taught that in high schools.
Yeah.
Before Me Too was a thing.
Where you were like, no, Rock, I don't want to kiss you. And I was like, well, you gotta.
Well, I'm bigger than you.
But I could, if John.
Let me upstairs.
To your point. How funny would it have been if like there was like the head monk was down there looking at like he's just like looking over this construction, being like, finally, he has like took a vow of silence. He's like, fine, but in his mind he's like, finally, my dream has come true, and he sees fucking Rambo up there just like ruining it, and he breaks his vow of silence. You fucking idiot! What the fuck?
Dude, I'm sure all those monks at any moment could have fucking killed him 3 times over.
Yeah, they light him on fire.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, definitely. Good morning.
We have a lot of borderline racist shit in this episode, I think, without even knowing.
Oh yeah, this is just the 80s.
Yeah.
No, we're commenting on a film that has not aged well.
No.
I mean, they got some stuff right in Afghanistan. I'll get into those.
Especially with our hero fighting for the Taliban.
Yeah.
Well,
that didn't age well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We had a congressman out there with him at some point, too. It's fantastic. And here, fun fact between him and Charlie Wilson, they both love blow.
There you go.
Who? The congressman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right.
I like the fact that he liked blow. That just means he's a real person.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Anywho. So
back to the movie.
Colonel Trotman is trying to talk Rambo into joining him on this mission where he's going to go get bring Stinger missiles into Afghanistan to help the Mujahideen fight the Russians, which actually is true. Like we did that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That apparently is what turned the tide of the war was the Stinger missiles.
Yeah.
Rambo's like,
USA.
Yeah, we're just doing a bunch of good shit all over the world, right? And then Rambo's like, hey, yo, I'm done. I don't do no fighting no more. Ugh. And so Troutman leaves without Rambo and his team. Or does he? Bum, bum, bum.
He does.
Yes, he does.
And then the colonel wanders into the desert, on the back of a horse, gets into a caravan, dresses up, and then gets fucking fucked up because I guess he didn't get dressed up. Never mind. Just cut that out.
Well, basically what happened is that, essentially, he leaves Rambo, cutscene, 30 seconds later, he's just a prisoner.
Yeah.
There's nothing that happens in between him going all right, well, bye, and then him being caught by helicopter fucking Russian dude.
So I've only seen First Blood. I didn't see the second movie. It took me I was an hour into the movie and I realized that was Trotman because he didn't have his fucking beret on. I was like, who is this? This one of his former Vietnam buddies? I wasn't paying attention enough. I was like, oh shit, this is Trotman?
Yeah.
This is the guy?
Which is just funny because why colonels don't go on missions anymore?
No, he's also in his 60s. The fuck is a 60-year-old man doing in Afghanistan transporting guns to a fucking rebel base?
No, that ended 2,000 years ago with the Romans when we still sent our fucking leaders out to war. I was like, you want this? Go ahead.
Go fight for it. At least he's hands-on. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's something. Apparently he can shoot a gun, just not very well. I guess he gets one kill later in the movie and he's like, yay! And then that's
you
about
did it.
Yeah, he gets shot in the fucking shoulder. It's like,
he probably went back to his second in command after talking to Rambo. And he's like, well, he's not going to do it. And he's like, well, we're going to have to cancel the mission, sir. And he's like, poppycock, I'm going to do it. No, you can't do it. You're sir, you shat your pants yesterday and you didn't realize it for 2 hours. You can't go on this mission.
What are we going to do with your heart medicine if you get caught?
I'll just take a lot of it. No, you can't.
I'll take it all at the same time. My body will break it down naturally.
God, you're so dumb, sir. So, like I said, cutscene to Afghanistan. Troutman gets captured by, I forget the Russian guy's name, but
whatever.
The main villain in the movie captures him and gets taken prisoner. And then cut back to Kirkwood Smith back up at the monastery in Thailand, telling Rocky that the colonel's been captured.
I laughed out loud just hearing Kirkwood Smith's just calling Rambo by his name when he just goes, Rambo. It made me laugh. Hey, Rambo, you jackass.
Hey, you. My name's not Rambo. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it sounds like a fucking slot machine game. It just, I can't. So that was with the other 15 seconds of his screen time. Once again, why was he here? I mean, he went from RoboCop to slapping sex workers and doing rails of fucking blow to just being a 45-second CIA agent who happened to be able to wear a pocket square.
If this movie was made in the 90s, what would have happened? The storyline would have been Kirkwood Smith is a CIA agent, sends in Colonel Troutman, has a deal with the Russian guy to capture Trotman so that he can lure Rambo into the fight so that Rambo can kill all the Russians. And then Rambo hates...
double cross.
Yeah, Rambo hates Kurtwood Smith. But nope. What ends up happening is Kurtwood Smith goes into the monastery and goes, Trotman's been captured. I just figured you want to know. He's your friend and everything. Anyways, bye. And
I gotta take a shit.
And Rambo was like,
hey, yo, get me into Afghanistan.
What if I go?
Yeah, what if I go?
And Kurtwood Smith's like, well, that'd probably be pretty dumb because you're like alone and stuff.
Yeah, we really could have had you yesterday when we asked you to come.
Right.
When we had reinforcements.
Have you heard the phrase, too little, too late, Rambo?
Never heard it.
Okay.
Nope.
So basically what it means, Rambo, is that what you're doing now is too little and it's too late in order to make a difference.
Where'd he go? He's already gone.
Cutscene to Afghanistan.
He's just running up a mountain.
Yeah. No, he literally has electrodes strapped to his balls, and he's just screaming himself to death right now in a brick building in the middle of the desert.
God damn it, Rambo. If my son is half the man you were. Little pothead slacker.
Down in the basement. Fucking, yes, smoking dope to his fucking friends.
Goddamn Amazonian girlfriend.
She is really tall.
She is very tall.
Oh my God. She was very aggressive sexually in that Orange is the New Black show. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to fucking derail.
She was aggressively sexual in that 70s show, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did like there was one episode where she talks about making a day of masturbation. She's like, I'm going to light some candles, put on a robe, run some hot water, make a day of it. I was like, oh, really?
You're supposed to be a high school student in this show.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Legs for days.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of legs for days,
Rambo doesn't have any.
Afghanistan.
So what ends up happening is that Rambo goes,
Hey, yo, what if I went?
Kirkwood was like, well, if you go, we'll have to disavow. We'll disavow if you get captured. No one will send any rescue. He's like,
I'm used to it.
Cutscene to him being in some bazaar in Pakistan on the border of Afghanistan, where he meets up with his buddy Musa, who just is a purveyor of, and I'm not kidding, like go back and look at the scenes. I'm looking at it right now. He's a purveyor of guns and just like prosthetic legs. I'll send you guys this picture because Rambo's just walking around looking at guns and prosthetic legs.
Guns, mines, and prosthetic legs. It's a 3-for-1.
Yeah, it's a circular business.
Yeah.
He's got the entire market. There's no corner. He's got the full box. I mean, he's got the whole fucking thing. I will give him credit that at least he explains. As Rambo's like doing one of these, look, he's like,
I also like how he says, you don't look like a guy who's ever been in war. It's like, this guy has scars all over his body, including his face, and he's built like a fucking bodybuilder.
Right.
Like, his muscles are exploding out of his baggy shirt.
Dude, his neck is actually larger, and I mean in every dimension, than his head.
This is, I think, the biggest he ever was, I think, is this movie.
Okay, I was wondering.
He is fucking so jacked in this movie.
He is ripped, dude.
Dude, he wasn't even that big when he fought fucking Drago. Like, shit.
Not even close.
He was a little more compact then. He buffed up even more for this one. But
Jesus, he was sweaty steroid September, indeed.
Mm-hmm. When this movie came out, he was 42 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. He looks phenomenal. I wish I had a fucking chest like that.
Steroids indeed, boys. Yeah, the only way to get that chest when you're 45 is steroids, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like above 33 for that fucking matter. Like, nah.
Yeah.
That and like he's small enough where it's like his skeleton must be bent at this point. Just from like his muscles just like squeezing his bones in like all the wrong fucking directions. But it was funny that they couldn't get him jacked enough, like, because he has the bow later. Apparently that bow had like a 90-pound pull on it, just so that way he could flex his muscles properly. So he looked bigger.
Hey, yo, I need to flex a little more.
Rambo, this entire movie is just one big long flex.
I'm going to call it the bow flex. Maybe that can take off later. What do you think? Hey, yo, I'm trying to have sex with Insert 80s person.
Yeah. What? No, try to have sex with John Voight's daughter. I gotta flex. God, Sylvester.
You know, Billy Bob Thornton's ex-wife.
Like, Jesus, you don't know any of the people you have sex with, but you know everyone else around them. It's really strange.
They aren't married until 20 years in the future, Rambo.
Well, what about Brad Pitt?
You want to have sex with Brad Pitt? No.
I mean, maybe a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of a pretty bad.
I don't think Brad would have a choice.
No, Brad would not have a choice.
Speaking of John Voight.
Squeal like a piggy.
Just fucking woo, 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 woo.
They're raping him.
It hurts.
Poor Ned Beatty. So Rambo meets Musa. Musa is part of the
Mujahideen, right?
Mujahideen, and takes Rambo to like a Mujahideen hideout where he's gonna start staging for his eventual like one-man assault on this Russian base, which is the extent of his plan to this point.
Yep. And it never falters. That is his plan the entire movie, and he executes the plan and everyone else around him.
He knew that the entire time, is even after people were like, you know what, we'll fucking help you. And then, so there are some complications we'll get into, and it still turns into basically a one-man game anyway.
Yep.
But he gets to play a little bit of Afghani football, and so that's fun.
That's real. I had to look that thing up, too. I'm like, this is really fucked up. Oh, it's an actual thing. Wow.
Dude. Super hardcore. Apparently,
goat
so
polo.
like the big,
dead goat polo.
Like
that's what it is.
And apparently, for the big games, like the super pro games, they use actual calves because they're larger and more difficult. But yeah, they cut it, they kill it. Yeah, right. But no, it's intense, and like Max will understand why I love this kind of shit. But no, so like they slit its throat, they drain it out, halal style, the whole thing. Then they cut its fucking head off after the blood's gone, and they cut the fucking hooves off, and they sew it all up. Boom, football.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Jesus Christ.
But it's fucking great. It's fucking great. I mean, coming from the guy who thought that a bunch of skin green berets hanging out of trees in the jungle looked like salami. I mean,
So, in between when Rambo and Musa go to the Mujahideen hideout, we meet the villain of the movie, which is played by Mark DeJong. He's just some fucking Russian dude. I don't know, some current Russian colonel who's just, I don't know. Let's just be honest. He's kind of a fairy. And he starts interrogating Colonel Trotman. He's like, why are you here? Blah, 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 blah. Trotman's too savvy for that. And that's like the extent of the interrogation.
Trotman says some real shit in 2021 is very tough to listen to when he's like,
wait, what does he say?
You listen to a bunch of ragtag freedom fighters, and if you studied your history, you would have known that these people would never give up, and they'd rather die than be your slaves to an invading army. Yeah, and then you see like a title card of like 33 years later of like of an American general like throwing his hat down on the ground. It's like, God damn it, I should have watched Rambo 3 in the last 20 years.
Who would have known that Rambo 3 should have been taught at West Point?
Fuck, dude. If you still had fucking Mattis out there, he'd make everybody watch this movie and understand. He got it.
Learn your history. Rambo 3 twice a week.
Rambo 3 twice a week until you get this question right. Should we invade Afghanistan? The answer is no.
It's no. Only Rambo can invade Afghanistan.
But like this film really was just like, so it's not like a smack in the nuts, like a punch in the nuts or anything. I mean, like we all understand that it was fucked up that we were there for so long and everything. But like you keep getting those little things where it's like not smacked in the nuts. You get that little tap, like when your friend's like pop and you're like, like it's just all throughout this movie. The whole time it's like, oh, I'm gonna throw.
It, like without skipping ahead too much, like with when they showed like that whole view of the mountains and what's his name? Musa? Is that how you say it?
Musa, yeah.
Musa.
Yeah, Musa. Yeah. But he's like Alexander the Great tried to conquer this country, then Genghis Khan, and then the British, and now Russia. It's like, we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
They cannot lose.
Yeah.
Stop rubbing it in our face.
Jesus. I know this came out in 1988, but we get it.
Yeah, apparently Nostradamus was the fucking executive producer of this fucking movie. Yeah.
I just like George Bush, sent us to Afghanistan. George, didn't you take a classics class at Yale? And he's like, well, I went to Yale? Sorry, guys, I was on a lot of blow.
I totally was numb watching Rocky, Rocky 3. That's what taught us about the. No, it was Rocky 3. That's where I got all my info from.
Yeah,
I got to fight Mr. T.
Ivan Drago. That's Rocky 4. God damn it!
Shit, I didn't watch any of the good ones.
Oh, dude. Just Bush running around, just riding a steer with a fucking cigar in his mouth, just smacking asses left and right. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so Musa goes and gives the speech Max was just alluding to about how basically Afghanistan is, that people have tried and failed to conquer Afghanistan for essentially time immemorial. And then they ride down into the Mujahideen camp. Cut scene to back. Colonel Trotman's getting tortured by the Russians. And then Musa's fucking buddy from his shop there, from his prosthetics shop, walks in and gives the Russians a nice little piece of information that Musa just picked up some American dude who's scheming to get Trotman out.
Dude, they don't ever get that little shit either. And I bet you he was working for Red. I bet you he was working for Red.
There probably was a whole C storyline in this about
cut that shit out.
About how that was Red's little secret agent.
Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you in this movie for 45 seconds longer. Get the fuck out. We talked about the Afghan short round that we get in this.
I don't think we met him yet.
We haven't met him yet. I thought he was in the. They met him in the town or the hideout when he's playing.
You kind of have. They haven't really gotten into the town yet. They're riding.
Oh, they haven't gotten into the town.
Yeah, they're riding into the town.
Soon.
So basically,
we can stand for that scene now.
It's right now. Yeah. So basically,
shit. Okay. Yeah.
After Musa's buddy kind of rats everybody out, then Sly and Musa go rolling into the town. All these people start following them. I mean, this is how you know it's a Mujahideen, not the Taliban, because they're women without their faces covered in this town. And
that is true. Very pretty eyes of the one woman that they show in this entire movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You understand now why they make them cover their faces.
They're too goddamn sexy.
Am I right, fellas? Whatcha?
That is the bro response. That's the bro Taliban. Yeah. No, we're not doing a suppressant. It's because they're too fucking hot. Am I right?
Is it too hot?
Yeah. Fucking bro five. Let's go bro down.
Yeah. White Snake plays. Def Leppard plays. Yeah. So then they ride into the town.
White Snake.
Rambo has a meeting with the Mujahideen elders in the town. They're like, "So what's your plan?" And he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna go in by myself and get him." And they're like, "Whoa, you're pretty dumb, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm really dumb."
Of course, dumb as a fox.
And they're like, why don't you get the fuck out of here and let us talk amongst ourselves?
Stallone in this scene too looks so ridiculous because he has there's this whole movie, there's all these really hairy Afghanis and Russians, everyone has facial hair, thick, big, dark beards, and then you got fucking Stallone with only hair in his entire body is on the top of his head, which is way too much, and he's just way too muscular, and he's sitting in this little circle with all these dirty, hairy people. And he's just looking like a fucking stud. He is so
so out of place.
His waxed chest in front of all these other guys.
He got all that. He got all that Mujahideen punani.
Mm-hmm.
All that punani.
Got something.
Let me say it again. Punani.
Punani.
Tripling down.
So
don't worry, it's native.
Yeah, so the Mujahideen people are like, "Well, this guy's fucking stupid. Let's just talk amongst yourselves," which is really just a code for get this fucking moron out of here. So then we meet the Taliban short round. He gives Rocky a little necklace. And then we see the wonderful game that John was describing, which is basically, dead lamb polo, which is the Afghan national game.
It's classy. I mean, honestly, they fucking own that shit. And a lot fucking better than watching polo or cricket for that matter. You know, and sometimes, depending on who's playing, fucking even baseball. For fuck's sake, I'd watch that for days.
Hey, man.
Especially if it was out there long enough and it just explodes. Like, awesome.
I'd welcome a dead animal, a slaughtered animal into the Red Sox team right now. Could definitely do a lot better than they're doing.
Tim would definitely love an intermission of just a Soviet helicopter coming down and shooting the whole team.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're down in like the fourth inning, I'll just do that every game.
Launch the Soviets.
It's just getting really expensive. We got to get a new team every game.
I don't know, man. I've gone to 2 O's games so far, and it's like I'm stuck in purgatory because each game I go to that works with the schedules, it happens to be the fucking Rays, and they just keep getting their ass kicked in the second half of the fucking game every fucking time. It's fucking ridiculous.
Welcome that makes sense.
Life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's just the Orioles.
Except the Red Sox have.
You guys won a World Series in like the past 40 years, though. Like, come on.
We won multiple in the last 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know, but just one is even more than what I'm working with over here, okay?
I suppose.
Whatever.
You're really upset. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I'm fucking pissed. Don't you fucking take this from me.
Tim's wiping the sweat off of his upper lip in anger.
He's getting redder by the second. Yeah.
So Rocky joins into this, wonderful kids children's game of throw the slaughtered lamb to your buddy. And then they get rudely interrupted by fucking that kind of limp-wristed Soviet colonel flying in.
Frog-legged Soviet son of a bitch.
Yeah. Flying in with his fucking little gay-ass helicopter. And starts shooting up the town.
I was half expecting Rambo to take that goat and throw it at the chopper and have it explode.
Dude, it would have been fucking
that doesn't
great.
happen until Rambo.
It would have been amazing.
Not until Rambo 5, man.
Maybe
That's
MacGruber.
Rambo 5.
If he shoved like a grenade up the thing's ass and
no grenade, it just explodes.
Yeah, it just explodes for unknown reasons.
There's some great. I mean, I know it's all carnage and it's really, really bad to see all these, women and children get massacred, but there's some really good just practical effects in the scene. Like that chopper is so close to the ground and so close to people riding on horses, including Stallone, and it is all real.
Oh yeah,
there's no CGI for that.
No, it's
super
sweet.
impressive.
Yeah, no, they didn't have rules. I don't think rules happened until probably 92, 93. Like, you could probably still kill an animal on set. Like, PETA probably wasn't even around yet, or it was just some fucking weird splinter group up in the woods, just just killing hunters every once in a while. No, Stallone almost lost his head to a helicopter rotor at some point in this movie. I don't know when it was, but, and then,
John Landis was the second director on that scene. You guys don't get that joke. Nope. John Landis directed the Twilight Zone segment where one of the actors got his head decapitated from a helicopter.
And he's like, I want to make this real.
Huh.
Hey, yo, Johnny, I feel like my head's pretty close to this helicopter blade.
Yeah, you can get closer, Rambo.
Yeah.
But, my name's Sylvester Offset.
No, it's Rambo. Get closer.
Hey, Frankie, get over here. Do you think this is right?
I can't hear you.
If I lose my head, I'm not gonna be able to bang. What's the name from that workout show?
The one that's
80s people.
The one's Peter Fonda's daughter, and no, Peter Fonda's sister, and I think it's Henry Fonda's daughter. Yeah. You know that one. The one that used to be married to Ted Turner.
Henry Ford's cousin.
Yeah. Sure.
Apparently, though, after this dickhead almost lost his fucking head to one of these rotor blades, the whole, I'm sure the whole crew was sitting there going, and he goes, "Oh, it would have saved me a fortune on haircuts."
Good thing I got another one of these in the back, right?
Hey, Frank, book me a spot at Catch a Rising Star. I think I'm a comic over here. Everyone's just like, Frank's not here. Frank's not here, Sly. You've been talking to a wall for fucking a year now.
Frank is useless. We didn't bring him here.
Oh, say it ain't so.
After all this death, the first thing that came to mind was just Jack Byrne just saying, "Sons of bitches must pay."
Oh my god!
Basically, that's essentially what happens. Is that he's sitting there Rambo's sitting there all melancholy after this battle ends. After Rambo shoots one of the helicopters out of the sky, and
with a goat.
With a goat.
With a goat.
With the goat, an exploding goat.
Oh my god, that works though. RPG, rocket propelled goat, dude. It fucking works.
With an RPG. Rocket propelled goat.
Woo.
So he walks up to one of the leaders, and the leader's just like, the Mujahideen's like, yeah, so we told you it was dumb, right? You're not going to go now. And he's like, I'm still going to go.
Oh, I'm definitely going now.
Then he turns around to us like, he's dumb, everybody. He's pretty dumb. But the only one who is with him is Musa and Afghan Short Round.
Yeah, young Osama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, young Osama. Young Osama bin Laden. Yeah, this is like kind of like Star Wars, you know.
I'm going to call you Ozzy. Your name's Ozzy.
He's like the savior turns into Darth Vader here. But yeah, so they set off to the Russian camp. It's sort of like a fucking ragtag Fellowship of the Ring here.
Dude, I'm sorry. That would be a great Rambo sequel instead of the other one that they had, in which he's going back to Afghanistan to kill this kid who's become the head of the Taliban.
Yes,
it's like, I created a monster. I should have stayed. He never would have come out like this.
What would have been really funny is if they actually got Osama bin Laden to be in the movie.
They trick him into him actually being in the movie, immediately just kill him.
Yeah.
Turns into South Park. We got him.
We got him.
Yeah.
Sly Stallone wasn't in on the joke. He's like, hey, yeah, what happened to my brother Osama?
Well, really, go back to casting then.
You guys can at least wait until the end of the movie.
Speaking of Jack Burton, why the fuck hasn't Kurt Russell showed up in an Expendables movie yet? Sorry, quick aside.
He's too
Probably
good.
has too much respect for himself.
Yeah. He's doing real movies.
Yeah. He's busy beating Russians on the ice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's not a real big action star, though, to be honest. I mean, he's done some action-y stuff, but he never had an action franchise.
I mean, Big Trouble in Little China is kind of like the anti-action movie because
it is making fun of all the 80s action movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Self-aware.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So Rambo, Musa, and Little Short Round there start like just crawling through a minefield with the only protection being Rambo's massive knife to poke at all the mines.
Oh my god! It's a fucking Bowie knife.
Dude, it's so funny. His knife is like, you know, I mean, I'm sure we all have seen Hot Shots, right?
Yeah.
So you know how like one of the jokes in Hot Shots is that his knife is like can turn into whatever he wants, like a straw, a chainsaw, like it does all that shit. And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly where they get that joke from because he like pokes a mine, like, oh, I got this mine, and he disarms the mine, and then he goes and finds like he has to get over barbed wire, and he just like cuts through all the barbed wire with his knife
easily.
Like, that doesn't fucking
butter.
Like butter. Yeah, it doesn't fucking work.
So,
put some garlic on top of this knife.
Like a deleted scene in this was him actually before he heads out to go get the colonel as he forges this knife himself in Thailand.
This knife was forged in the fires of Mount Doom.
For real.
Got him!
Yeah.
The knife is
shiny though.
The knife is the size of a hair iron. It is so big.
It's huge.
Yeah,
dude.
it's a fucking Bowie knife. Yeah, like you use that to like skin buffalo and to like defend the Alamo, and that's about it. Like,
I mean, it's like a knife that would stab Bill. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Hey, it's okay. He's alive. We can joke about it, right?
Bill is alive. For now.
Damn, I still remember that. Hey, so like my buddy was going to come. I wanted you to meet him, but he got stabbed. What?
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was some stabbing jokes over the weekend last weekend, and Sam was not thrilled. He was not thrilled.
Understandable.
Hey, I mean,
Phil thinks they're funny, and Sam does not, because Sam actually was the one that had to deal with it.
I see. Well, it's still fucking funny. Once again, because he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, so...
Yeah,
well, yeah. I mean, alive physically.
He's always been dead inside.
Okay.
Emotionally, Bill's dead. Emotionally.
His boys will finish the job in a couple years. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
With a vengeance.
Duly, with a vengeance.
Francis avenging the death of his father committed by his older brother. Walter. My bad. You guys get it.
We get it. It's okay. He has like fucking 12 kids now. He obviously does not. But
Like a good
He's
kid.
had 2 more kids since the last episode. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's really popping them out. Okay.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any forests left in Maine. Sorry.
Okay, so after Rambo fucking butter knives his way through a fence and barbed wire with his knife, he starts sneaking around the compound, starts taking people out covertly, in all sorts of ways, with Musa falling in tow. Starts laying some bombs around. Eventually, it makes his way down to where Colonel Trotman's being held, and it turns out Short Round kind of blew up a spot once he gets down, and the whole thing goes to hell in a handbasket, and Rambo has to fight his way out of the compound.
So many explosions. I fucking loved it.
My God.
How many?
This is when I texted you guys.
Scene?
This is the scene when I sent you guys a text that said this movie is fucking awesome.
That's when you said it. Yeah, no, we got a solid, solid 50. A cool 50.
At least. Yeah.
In this.
Every single way you could kill someone, they did in this scene.
Yes.
Like broken necks, fucking garrots, fucking bombs,
rock
fucking
smashing.
stabbing. Yeah, rock smashing, guns.
Dude, we got a knife throw with the Bowie knife.
Yeah,
that goes right through somebody.
Yep,
That's
knife
fucking
throw.
great. It just slices right through a clavicle. That was good.
I'm pretty sure someone
great.
died of AIDS in this scene.
Someone took too much heart
Mary's
medicine.
really strained.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I do love though, because Short Round fucks it all up, and Stallone has the balls to be like, and then literally 5 seconds later, all the bombs go off anyway. So it's what fucking difference does it make, kid? Come on, let's go, kid.
I do think the bombs actually were it was an actual. It was timed correctly. It was from the first one they said at 10 minutes. As I looked at it, I think the movie was at what was the movie at 32 minutes or 42 minutes or something.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah,
but then
30-minute or 10-minute.
It was 10-minute bombs, and then they had a thing in which there was 4 minutes left, and it was actually 6 minutes in the movie. I was like, "Ooh, look at that!"
Okay.
54
All right.
minutes
54. Okay.
for the bomb, and then let me get to the 4
I
minute.
thought it was 52 from the first
Well,
one. The first one they set up before they go into the
Provided
camp.
the arithmetic
Who
checks
cares?
out, that's all.
Split the
that matters,
difference.
Let's
Let's go 53.
There we go. Sure.
Split the difference, but building off of that though, Stallone also, or excuse me, Rambo actually has the time in his head in the entire moment, because he knows that that's going to go off right at that moment. He knew it would take him that long to get in, bust somebody out, even though he doesn't. But then later, he sets up another bomb in the tunnel when they're getting out for 30 seconds, and he goes underwater just as it's about to go off. So this guy's counting and killing with both hands.
He's got that watch too, I think.
Oh, he has a little watch. He can read time.
For a really dumb movie, that is a pretty smart move.
Yeah. Little things. It's all about the crew. You got to have a good crew on the movie to be able to hammer that kind of shit out.
Yeah, so Short Round kind of blows up the whole spot, and kind of, as John was saying, kind of blew up the timing of this whole thing, because he was going to bust out Troutman but then he had to get Short Round out of there because he got shot. So doesn't end up getting Troutman. Musa, Short Round, and Sly escape the compound after, I don't know, like 80 million explosions go off.
Yep.
And then...
On the lower side, 80 million. Yeah.
Right. And somehow, doesn't kill Troutman or the main Russian guy.
Anybody important
After this entire compound blows up. So, the sides are left to fight another day.
Yeah. And then you get a great line by Troutman. Go ahead, John.
No, I want to hear the line, and then you'll get this, and it's a lie.
All right.
But go ahead.
God would have mercy. He won't. It's like, yeah. At this point, if I was that Russian guy, I'd be like, why am I allowing you to have so many great one-liners? You're a prisoner. Just like bitch slap him. He leaves after that.
Right.
No, knock him out.
Like, dude, like
put a muzzle on him.
Or at least like flip the switch on the electrodes on his balls or something. I mean,
something.
Shit.
Don't let him talk to you like that. You're the one who's in charge.
Dude, he just walks away after that.
He does. He just leaves them there. It's like, really?
Like, takes his medicine.
Yeah. Gives him a water and a kiss on the forehead and leaves.
He's emotionally abused the entire movie by his own prisoners.
It's like, you're a piece of shit. You suck at your job. I know.
For fuck's sake.
I'm going to go back in my chopper and just drive around a little bit. I'm going to let off some steam and murder a bunch of Afghanis in a little village somewhere.
But not leave the helicopter.
But I'm not going to hurt you. Yeah, or anybody who's actually trying to fight us.
Not you. I got plans for you, baby boy.
I got plans for you that never happened.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. The fuck was he supposed to be doing with him this whole time? He just lets him he's just hanging out for the most part. Let him, like, literally just hanging out.
Yeah, basically.
So they're chilling. They're just chilling. And also, like, you'll notice when they're torturing him at one point, because apparently I guess it sucks if you're, like, up there for 12 hours, like, hanging by your arms and shit, your full body weight.
John McCain style.
They don't even, like, tie the rope up. They just have, like, the biggest guy holding him for 12 hours. Like, can't you guys, like, tie that off?
That's real torture. He's struggling.
Seriously. Like, what? Is he in trouble? Like, what did he do? Did he fuck up the latrines? Like, what? I don't understand.
He had one extra pudding at lunch, and so they made him have to go with rope duty all day.
That guy was a big boy.
He was very big.
Dude, Yuri needed that extra serving of pudding, man.
Yeah, to maintain that mass.
Holy shit. There's always one, too, in these movies. There's always one giant, like, Russian or German guy hanging out who has to get into a fucking fist fight.
The guy's only in 2 movies ever. It was, what is it? Is it No Holds Barred? Is that the arm wrestling one with Stallone?
Oh, no shit.
He's in that one and then this, and that is it. And his name is Randy Renee.
Oh,
Randy Renee.
Yep.
That's
that alliteration.
Yeah, that's great. I like that. Randy Renee. That's like basically a stripper name.
It's definitely, he might have been a stripper.
Yeah.
God knows. I mean, he's built like one.
Right. Welcome to the stage, Randy Renee.
Raunchy Randy Renee.
Yeah, most of us have to go and figure out our porn star, stripper names.
He doesn't.
I mean, mine's a tie between, it's Stretch Marks, or the other one is Rudy Chatfield. That's the other one.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Give it up for Stretch Marks.
Hey!
Boo! Boo! Anybody who wants to finish your beer, throw it on the stage. Here comes Stretch Marks.
They refer to me as the bassist. I make everybody else look good.
And I'm good with my fingers.
Very.
Where are we?
So basically, they escape, right? Fucking Troutman gets the shit kicked out of him, delivers that awesome one-liner. Musa, Sly Stallone, fucking Rambo, and Short Round are all hiding out in this cave. Rambo's like, you guys gotta leave because, stuff and other things. There's like no explanation for it. So Musa and the kid leave, and then Rambo extracts this wooden piece of shit from his stomach, and then in order to cauterize the wound, pours in gunpowder and lights it on
What
fire.
the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Come on, nurse. What is this? We have a healthcare professional here.
Yeah, we do. No, it's all bullshit. Apparently, a lot of people, after seeing Leo do it in the Revenant, like accidentally like blew themselves up and kind of shit. Now, what it does, like if you do it just right, it flames just hot enough and fast enough to where it cauterizes the wound entirely, but doesn't like catch fire or explode. That's the key. You don't put too much in there, but it's still a very terrible fucking idea, especially something right there where he got shot. I'm pretty sure that's right next to his fucking liver.
Yeah, or kidneys or something.
And it goes right through. And here's a fun fact from the film. Apparently, the special effects people had a really good time. And if you look really close and he gets shot in the leg later, you can actually see daylight through the wound.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But now, something like that, I mean, an exit wound, I mean, fuck. I mean, it's good that it did go all the way through, but honestly, you keep going and then you seek medical attention and then they pull it the fuck out because you hemorrhage. So he would have already probably bled out at that point, which is the other piece.
That was a Chinese firecracker that went through his body.
Yeah, you would have bled out already. Yeah, right, John. Now when you pour gunpowder in there and light it on fire.
Yeah.
Now when you blow your own body up.
That's in
it
the
really
DSM.
doesn't work.
That's how you treat treat gunshot wounds.
The other thing is too is you see fire come out both ends.
Yes, you do.
Goes, through both ends of his fucking waist, which is also absurd.
It's great.
Yeah, so that's the fire. So this is literally Monty Python Afghan edition. Got it. I mean, it's just it's fucking ridiculous, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, once again, people do not try that at home. If you're going to cauterize yourself, just use something really hot. Do not pour gunpowder into your fucking wound.
I think as a general rule, the Hold My Popcorn legal department would like to say we don't condone any cauterizing of any wounds.
Yes,
based on our expert medical opinions.
No,
unless you're in
Afghani to give official
cave.
Oh God. Well, if you're in a cave, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, one in Rome.
Honestly, if you're going to do something, chew up some garlic, stick it in there. It's a natural antimicrobial, and so on and so forth. So,
coming back in to remind our audience, do not take any medical advice from the Hold My Popcorn hosts.
Also, Tide Pods, extremely edible and delicious.
God damn it, you guys are really just going at it.
So what am I supposed to do? Not cauterize or eat Tide Pods? You can't say I can't do either or the other. Come on.
I'm gonna take this moment to plug Evervectin. I really think that everybody needs to look into horse dewormers.
Yeah, I think do that too.
We should have Preble record a legal disclaimer, kind of like a funny legal disclaimer. Like anytime we render an opinion, it should just be like, Max, you should put that after it, and have it go really fast. Like, My Popcorn does not recommend or condone anything that was just said.
No, Tim, we already got that. It's called the Preble Ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We'll put one in there.
Oh God.
Slide one in.
Yeah, so after Rambo cauterizes his wound, the sun rises, and Rambo just starts basically cutscene to Rambo climbing a mountain for some unexplainable reason.
This movie turns into cliffhanger.
Right, it turns into cliffhanger real quick, and then
oh my God, it does.
Yeah. And then Russian guys start flying out of the base to go meet Rambo, and Rambo then just starts murdering people on his way to save Troutman again.
Yeah, as one Rambo does.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Also, this guy, I don't care how fucking Italian you are, he would look like a fucking freshly boiled lobster without any shirt, anything, climbing up a rock face in the fucking desert, dude.
Yeah, this is the end of Stallone wearing a shirt for the movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good point. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because he tears it off after he cauterizes himself with a fucking bullet. Once again, we do not condone the cauterizing of any wounds or sodomy.
So he even kills the shirt in this movie.
He kills the shirt, yeah. So Rambo saves Troutman. He also saves all the other prisoners in the basement of this fucking compound. Then he goes out and steals the Russian colonel's favorite helicopter, which I'm sure really pissed him off, and just starts to fucking blow up the entire base.
I'm glad Rambo knows how to fly a chopper. I mean, the guy was in a POW camp for 10 years and has been on the run for the last 10 after that, but he knows how to fly a fucking Russian chopper.
Yeah, Troutman says to him, do you know how to fly this one?
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't know, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, How many fucking helicopters does this dick have had? Like Rambo's blown
Very
like
Russian
2 of
of
them
him.
up already.
Yep.
Like it's just this thing is straight off of fucking PlayStation. He just gets them just dropped out of the sky. Like, oh, they got another one. We're good. Once again, I beat this level in a PlayStation game. I beat it.
God, what was that Sega game that was the helicopter game? Do you remember that one?
Hind.
Hind? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, HIND, because I'm pretty sure it was a Russian helicopter.
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to make this one look like. It was apparently like a French or this was some other kind of model. They just strapped a lot of missiles to them. They're like, it's Russian! But yeah, Hind. I'm pretty sure it was Hind.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that game in forever. And then I watched this movie. Jesus. I'm like, this is definitely where that game got the inspiration from, is just this one guy in his fucking chopper constantly.
Yeah.
it's Hind like meets Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. The hair and all.
Incoming! This guy like is a transformer because you don't actually ever see his legs.
That's true.
Yeah. You never see his legs. I think he just might be half man, half helicopter.
Yeah. You just see his weird fish eyes the whole movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Intently staring, little beady eyes staring at Rambo.
Yep.
They call me the flying squirrel. What?
Excuse me, they call me the flying thrashing squirrel.
Very deadly.
So, yeah, Rambo fucks up this whole base, and the guy's like favorite helicopter promptly like crash lands it.
Old
and
Painless.
Then, what's that?
It's painted on the side. It says Old Painless on the side.
Yeah. It certainly was painless for the people who crash landed in that. They escape, but the Russians are, with their a million other helicopters, as John pointed out, are hot on their trail.
Get to the chopper!
I know. Oh, it's so good. I'm surprised that every other movie didn't just fucking use that from then on.
Yeah. Also, how far away is this border? They're like running. They're trying to run to the borders. Like, so is the border like within like 2 or 3 miles? Because otherwise, they're not going to be able to run it through the mountains.
No,
that's impossible.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, at some point when they're right before the cauterizing of loons, when Musa's on his way out, he was like, I know where to go. It's like 3 kilometers away. So I'm like, all right, that's not too far. But yeah, it just depends on where the fuck they are. And then also, once again, it just pissed me. It's like, oh, the fucking Pakistanis.
But he's like butchering all these civilians on the Pakistani border too.
Yeah,
that's risky.
Pakistan they hang out, man. They just let everything go. They don't really care unless it's the Indians showing up, and then
they like it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for Christ's sake, like, I won't go into it. Yeah, it's
bad enough.
Actually, here is a fun fact though. So all the Stinger missiles, that the Mujahideen used to blow up a lot of Russian helicopters, they were really good at it. And then the Pakistanis apparently got their hands on them to go after the Indians, and apparently like 1 in 100 would hit. So
it's a lot of
got it down, man.
Jesus.
Pakistan's like, which direction does it go? I don't fucking like. Whoops, sorry, buddy. Like it's just
someone
pointing
gave
at the
Pakistan
ground,
a
shooting
nuke,
it,
and that's the only thing that saved them from being conquered 8 times over.
Yeah. At this point,
yep. Speaking of nukes, we got the nuke bow and arrow coming up here,
dude. So sweet.
Oh boy,
I was not expecting that.
No, I was just like, fuck yes.
What?
I thought this was in parodies. I didn't know this was actually in a real movie for like being taken like seriously.
This is also in Hot Shots and the real movie.
Yep.
So Trotman and Rambo realize that they're about to get fucking rat fucked from behind, so they go hatch this plan in a cave to like take out all these Russian commandos. And I mean, 1 billion people die in this scene. 1 billion people die. Once again, in like every single way imaginable. Like getting their necks broken, getting shot, getting the fucking shit kicked out of them, getting shot by a fucking exploding arrow off a bow and arrow.
So
where did he get the bow and arrow? No one knows. Like genuinely,
I thought he only had 1 bullet.
Yeah, genuinely has
which
no
he used
idea.
that he put inside of his own body.
Right. Like he apparently just found a fucking modern compound bow in the middle of Afghanistan somewhere. So
my notes said I need more explosive bow and arrows.
Seriously, I mean,
there's your fun
I get
fact.
them. I get them.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bay was a special effects intern on this. That's a total lie. But like, this is, I feel like, what kind of like pushed him into like, you know, oh, there's just a tree there, explode it. Like, just Megan Fox, blow her up too. Doesn't matter.
Blow them titties.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. So what? Yeah,
that was it's just good. That was just funny.
Yeah. So Rambo and Troutman like kill all these fucking commandos. They think like, hey, we just like they can't have any more of these people. We're like home free now. Little do they know that they're not. Because they come clawing down the mountain, and apparently like on the other side of this flat plain is like a plateau where like the border is, and then all of a sudden the fucking Russian colonel comes rolling in with like tanks and a bunch of dudes and machine guns and his famous, and what is like a carbon copy of his favorite helicopter.
Yeah, and then
same one.
And then you just hear Yowa! And a bunch of just Ewoks come out of the mountains and start throwing rocks at all the Soviets.
Right, because apparently tanks, helicopters, like machine guns mounted on trucks, can all be thwarted by basically cavalry.
Yeah,
like
with muskets.
Really just cavalry that was ill prepared for like a war in the 1500s in France.
Yep.
Well,
that happens.
So we fail to understand that they were stuck between the cavalry and Rambo.
Yes.
Right.
Equation solved, gentlemen. Equation solved. I'm actually surprised he didn't pull out another fucking exploding arrow from his ass or something right there and just use that. But, you know, there we are.
Yeah, he's got the Molotov cocktails instead. I was kind of hoping that, like, you know, he's like riding that horse. By the way, Stallone did all the horse stunts because I guess he's like an expert horse rider.
Oh.
Yeah, but he has a great jump up. Do you see like when he flips onto that horse during this scene? Like, or it was either this one or during the goat polo scene. But it was like, damn, look at that flip. It's super impressive.
I mean, shit, dude. He's small enough to be a professional jockey.
It's very true. He is. Yeah. He probably honestly weighed about 135 pounds in this movie too, I bet. Because, you know, like he was no fat. But I was kind of like expecting him to ride by. You know, he's going full speed on the horse and he grabs one of the Molotov cocktails. I was kind of half expecting him to like fumble it and just be like, oh shit, and just like drop it and just explode. Kill everyone around him.
He kind of did do that. I mean, he dropped the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, it doesn't break.
Which really just means that, yeah, the whole thing's going to explode.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite thing about this scene is at the start where they see all this like massive amount of armory of just like infrastructure of war, and Sylvester Stallone is just like, well, guess it's time to die. And it just fires up a grenade launcher and kills like 80 people before any of the Russians just do anything. And I'm just like, this is insane. It's insane.
They fire like a warning shot instead.
Right.
Yeah, like
you better not do that again.
Hey, now, stop killing all our people. I know we're Russia. We don't really value human life when it comes to war, but still, we only got like 40,000 left of them.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And they're all supposed to be fucking Spetsnaz. Those dudes kill babies. Like, they're fucking intense.
Or commandos, as he addresses it in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The commandos.
He jumps back and forth. It's fucking weird. I wish they would have seen something of like, we see what Spetsnaz guy like tear someone's jugular out with their teeth. Like, that's how intense those guys are supposed to be. Like,
yeah. Yeah, the Soviets really aren't that badass in this. Besides the whole helicopter thing, but you know, whatever.
Well, they're apparently very good at just like rebuilding them or like building new ones in the matter of like 15 minutes. So they got that going for them.
They must have like a helicopter factory in Afghanistan because they're churning those out for this girl
nonstop. They got some kind of helicopter factory somewhere.
This is the last one, Yuri. I can't keep building you these.
I also love that the colonel isn't even flying the helicopter. I thought he was flying the helicopter throughout the movie, and then like, you know, when Rambo scares him away, like a little bit later, he's like, "Go, turn around! Like, go back. We must refuel or whatever the fuck it is."
That's a good point.
You're not even driving it.
Yeah, he's not driving it.
But we, you know, got planes, trains, and automobiles. So we got Rambo on a horse, and then he's in a chopper, and now he's gonna be in a tank.
He is in a tank.
And that's how he ends up killing this Russian colonel.
Insane.
He just drives the tank straight in the helicopter. That's right, I said that, folks. I said that correctly. He drives the tank into the helicopter.
The tank docks with the helicopter. They just shove inside of each other.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And I do not understand why the helicopter was 10 feet off the ground. But it was. And
That's
it's a
big
ass fucking helicopter too. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of docking there. That was, as I like to say, violently sexual. But if you're going to ram a helicopter with something, a tank works. Also, like, why was everyone so surprised? Like, if you're going to run into any kind of aircraft, like, use a tank.
Yeah.
If you're going to run into anything for that matter, use a tank.
It's a fucking tank.
Yeah. the tank is coming out of that unscathed.
Yeah. Goddamn killdozer.
Yeah. And the helicopter isn't, which is why you don't, to John's point, you don't fly a helicopter at 10 feet off the ground because you lose the entire advantage of a helicopter.
No, this isn't Battlefield 4. Like, you stay high. That's the whole point. If you can be up there and you can shoot at stuff, but they can't shoot at you, and you armor the bottom.
Yeah, when people are shooting down at you and you're in a helicopter, you're doing it wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, no shit. If you're getting blown out of the sky by a fucking bow and arrow, you're doing it wrong.
Also, where did those explosive bow and arrows come from? You need those.
Yeah, once again. Yeah, where the fuck did those come from?
Again, like a video game. It's just something you pick up in a cave somewhere.
That explosion, though.
Just there.
That explosion, though. It is just like the cuts that they have. They cut from Rambo screaming to the Russian dude screaming to the tank to the helicopter to their faces again, and then just explosion. It's just
Yeah, there is a lot of that. Yeah, it's good. They get to play a little bit of chicken.
It's basically like any trailer that I've ever released for this show. It's
just yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Literal explosions on top of explosions.
You think we could get Michael Bay to sponsor us?
Yes.
We'd have to offer him up females for his company. Might be difficult for us.
Shit.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Reach out to him, Max.
My wife, so.
Reach out to him.
Say all right.
All right, yeah. I'll see. I'll reach him out next time at CinemaCon when I'm there.
Yeah, tell him we got some like trafficked women that he could choose from or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Just offer him a shit ton of free popcorn for all of his movies.
Ooh, by the way, I didn't mention this at the top of the show. When I was at CinemaCon, guess who I ran into?
Who?
Sweet baby Tobey Maguire.
Oh my God, Toby!
Toby was there.
His number one fan.
No, I took my mask off and ran up to him, and then I started just ruffling his hair, and I said, "You get so big! You get so big, Toby!" And then I was immediately escorted out of the state of Nevada.
And so was Tobey Maguire though, because you're like, "Who let you in here? Bastard.
Get out of here, Toby! This isn't your Spider-Man movie.
We told you last time
you were
not to come
dead.
back here.
Dead to us after your emo phase. Get the fuck out."
Well,
Toby.
I mean, that's basically...
my God, Toby. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been a long time since Toby's been relevant.
Yeah, he'll be in the new Spider-Man movie. He's coming back.
Why?
Boo that.
The Spideyverse. He's going to be in it. They're bringing him and Andrew Garfield. All the Spider-Mans are going to be in it. Doc Ock's coming back.
I saw that picture of him. Yeah, with the fucking like Matrix trench coat. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Like the movie just pretty much ends with like the leader of the rebels asks Rambo to stay, and he's like, "Can you stay and fight?" He's like, "Oh, maybe next time." It's like, "No, not next time, Rambo. No, don't fight next time."
Yeah, no shit.
It was so strange because Colonel dies, tank to helicopter. We discussed that, and then it just kind of gets wrapped up where like the rebels are like, "Yeah, here's a jeep, you guys can leave," and then the leader of the rebel group is like, "Please stay," like Max said. Rambo's like, "No," and Shortland's like, "Come on, stay." Talking like Sly Stallone, and then Sly Stallone thinks about it for a minute, and you're thinking, "Oh, this could be one of those things where he like stays and like raises this kid as his son," and he goes, "Yeah, no." Bye. And then he just like they might as well have like peeled out, just leaving them all covered in dirt.
rocks kicking up and just like hitting them in the face.
Yeah, blinding Short Round for the rest of his life.
Book it, Sammy. See, The thing, though, which is very interesting, the deleted scene, it ends with Rambo. He stands up on top of that Jeep, and he says, I'm not the hero. You Afghani jihads, you're the heroes. No matter what people tell you, you'll always be the heroes.
Oh my God.
Thank Christ.
Listen to me, John Rambo.
This will never age poorly.
Don't let anybody tell you different.
Not even them Americans after you blow us up.
Yeah, and then they literally dedicate the movie originally to the Majin. I can't
Mujahideen.
Yeah, that one.
Mujahideen.
Mujahideen.
Mujahideen. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well, the original movie they dedicated it to them, but then they changed it to just like the Afghani people.
The gallant,
like
the gallant
Afghani
people.
Afghan people. Yeah, Afghan people. Yeah. So I mean, and it's like, yeah, they're right. I mean, and as like Rambo says at one point in this movie, he's like, his buddy's trying to like explain to him that everybody gets fucked up, and he's like, oh, so you don't take any shit. And everyone's like, yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
I wanted that guy to be like, well, you just took a very complicated historical narrative and distilled it down into something dumb, but I guess if that's what you want to say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, ancient Greeks try to conquer us, and then the Mongolians, but yeah, no shit, sure. Yeah, we don't take no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
We have a very outsized place in history for, the country and the contributions to the rest of the world. But, if you want to just diminish our history like that, sure, being American. This is why we hate you. And
yeah.
So we got to win this time?
Oh boy, that's a movie.
At least they got goat polo, right? I mean,
yeah,
they do have goat polo,
which I had to look up to make sure that was real.
Yeah,
because it does not seem like a real thing.
Kashi, yeah,
it is definitely a real thing.
Yeah, apparently it came from somewhere in Turkey, or like old school kind of Turkey, around the time when Genghis Khan was running around.
Interesting,
but old game.
So I got one piece of trivia for you guys.
Okay.
Rambo's horse is the same horse that Indiana Jones uses the next year in The Last Crusade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Dude. Good horse. Good horsey.
I already blew all mine out. That was the only one I have. They didn't depict the U.S. in any scenes in here other than filming in Arizona. But yeah, it was the only apparently the only Rambo movie that doesn't have a scene where they're depicting anything in the U.S. And then once again, I have to go back to the fucking bow and arrow where they made it a 90-pound pole just so that way his muscles would fucking flex properly, like just big enough.
In the scene when he's like the human hood ornament on front of the tank, and he's just like doing just straight up curling the tank.
Hilarious.
And none of the Soviets notice him. He's literally in front of the fucking tank, and they're walking by him.
Like, this guy's just trying to get swole.
Yeah, no wonder why that whole country fucking collapsed. Jesus.
I was thinking assless chaps the entire time. Like, what would happen if, like, that's the deleted scene? He comes off of that after being drugged through the rocks by this tank, and it's just like you just see his ass cheeks and his fucking tactical assless chaps, like
with a banana up there.
Yeah, hey, how did that banana get there? I'll tell you about it later.
It's good potassium. It's good for you.
All right. Time for the budget game. John, what do you think it cost? What do you think it made?
I think that this cost $150 million. I think it made $180 million.
Okay.
I never try. Just, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally wrong.
Good.
Embarrassingly wrong. Okay.
You idiot.
You dummy. Max, what do you think it cost? What do you think it made?
I'm going to say 149 million and what'd you say, John? 180?
Yeah.
179.
Ooh.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what.
Ourselves a contest.
You guys were very high on the budget. The budget was only $65 million, which was, I say only, still pretty expensive for 88.
Still, it was the most expensive at the time.
88.
Yeah.
At the time, most expensive movie ever.
However, it made $189 million. So, John, you're actually pretty close.
Holy shit!
Sons of
Okay,
Max, you tried. You decided to fuck him in the wrong direction.
I did. I already looked it up prior. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So another fun fact too. So Rambo 2, it made $300 million worldwide, and it made like 155 in the United States, and then this movie made like 50 million in the United States.
Really?
Like the last movie literally tripled. Yeah. It was kind of a disappointment. And then Stallone won the Razzie for worst actor for this movie.
I don't doubt it. He didn't even act.
He didn't do it. I guess it's a choice because we've seen him in other movies in which he is so fucking corny.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In this, he's like really, really quiet. Because like, the first movie is a drama, but a PTSD veteran who just gets fucked with.
Rambo's,
so I guess he's
like Rocky. Like the first Rocky, it's a legitimately good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a drama. Gritty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it just gets super over the top.
But like from 2 on, like what's the international audience? Like, do you have any idea? Is it Western Europe? Like who? Yeah, for Rambo. Like who's into it?
I don't know.
Like other than like fucking us, because
Afghanistan, they loved it. All those theaters in Afghanistan.
I'll bet it wasn't. I'll bet it wasn't the Iranians
or Russia.
Or Russia.
Oops.
I don't know. China.
Probably China. Yeah,
could be. Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
now.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They're all taking
Hong Kong
notes. They're like, "This is
shit,
how you have to take over Afghanistan."
Yeah.
John Rambo.
Yeah.
Explosive bow and arrows.
Explosive diarrhea.
I was almost going to say that.
First name.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They never properly depict that like everybody gets the shits when you travel overseas and you just don't let your body catch up to it before you have tap water. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, Rambo never eats. He doesn't. He never fixes his hair or does a push up.
He only eats chumps for breakfast.
I eat Soviets for breakfast.
So he does make tying a headband on look real good. Like that's how I want to look when I'm putting a condom on. Like I mean,
ultimate
just
flex.
I can assure you don't.
You're putting it on the wrong way, John. That's the wrong head that you're putting it on.
Is this going the right way or not?
Stretching it literally over your head.
I'm so
pinching
scared.
the tip hurts.
Okay, favorite and least favorite. Who are they?
Favorite and least favorite, John.
It is almost 11 o'clock Tim's time. And John's time.
Oh, shit. So, favorite time. Favorite's Rambo.
Time.
I feel like he actually was pretty much self-aware in this, and he clearly enjoyed it. And once again, he looked fucking fine. Mm-hmm. Least favorite is Griggs, CIA guy, a.k.a. Red from That 70s Show. Like, I still do not know why the fuck he was on this. Why did he walk onto set? Why?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of his scenes got cut or something. He's third billed in this movie.
He definitely got cut out a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
There was probably a lot more story that had to go that they originally had in this movie, and then the studio was like, nope. Get all this story out of here. More explosions. Boom, boom, boom.
Fuck out.
So Griggs.
It's Memorial Day. It's coming out now.
Yeah. Max, who do you got?
My favorite, I'm gonna say it's the old Afghani guy. He seemed like a very warm and grandfatherly person.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my least favorite is just gonna be the Soviet guy's accent.
Awful accent.
Not good.
Yep. You mean the French accent?
Yeah, the French-British accent. Yeah. It's like he was like he learned English at Oxford, and then he's trying to do a Soviet Russian accent on top of it.
I'm going to say my favorite is Musa, but he's just a good guy. He's with Sly Stallone the whole way. Yeah. Just a really good guy.
Good sidekick.
Yeah, really good sidekick. You know, it's too bad that in Rocky IV he actually and eventually kills Sly, but we don't have to get there. My least favorite is fucking Short Round. I mean, dude, just stay in your place, dude. This whole movie could have been over a lot quicker if you just stayed in your place.
Yeah, he didn't really have any redemption either. I thought he was going to start like just murking people at some point.
No, he just kept getting.
Did he even have
he does nothing. He doesn't kill anybody.
No, he kept getting the shit pushed.
Did he get shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he looks like a boy, but he fights like a man. It's like, he doesn't fight like a man. He fights like a fucking dead man. He hasn't done shit.
Right. He fights like a
Stallone's carrying him half the movie.
He fights literally like a shitty man.
All right, yeah, agreed. He sucks.
All right, well, John, what's your Hold My Popcorn rating?
I give this one set of assless tactical pants out of 5 exploding arrows.
Oh. All right. Hey.
I was yawning, and then I turned it into a Stallone voice.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Yeah, it's good. It works out.
Hey, you know, if you want to talk like Stallone, you just kind of act like you're yawning a little bit, you know?
It works. Yeah, see, I just came.
My score is going to be 1 tank and chopper slowly docking with the silhouette of blue light behind them.
Oh my God, it's love. It's love.
Would it be
down.
My rating is 20 Ayos over 30 definite sexual assault cases that were settled out of court by Sylvester Stallone's attorneys in the 80s times 80 sexual assault cases that will eventually come down the pipe regarding Sly Stallone. Yeah. The pending sexual assault.
Breaking even.
Yeah.
All
right. Stickers.
We got a little bit of jelly.
We got stickers.
Oh, stickers. You want to talk about the stickers?
Yeah. We got some Hold My Popcorn stickers. Go to redbubble.com. It's a real website.
Go to redbubble.com.
I swear.
And put in your social security number, your credit card information, your mother's maiden name, okay, and maybe just like the make and model, your first car, your first pet, I don't know, first
your password.
Yeah, password. Just all that stuff. Just
face,
put all that stuff
dick.
in.
Yeah. All of it.
I swear
Blood
to
sample.
God, Redbubble sounds like a subsidiary of RedTube. Like what
it definitely
fuck?
does.
Came up.
I know. Yeah, but they make some cheap stickers that you can get for like $1. So there you go.
They are cheap.
Great,
I got 10 of them.
great advertising, Max. They make some cheap ass stickers.
Yeah, but they're cheap as fuck.
Yeah, I bought some. I looked at them. They are
Real Don
Yeah,
Draper.
they're good. I got some. No, I got some. So I'm going back to Vegas tomorrow, actually. So I'm gonna bring some with me.
Did you get glossy or matte? I think matte is what fucked me up. I just got the matte finish, and they just look a little. Mine are like
good advertising. Yeah, get the glossy then.
Yeah, I'll get the glossy. Okay, there we go. It's okay. They're going to be stuck on fucking urinals like down at the Greyhound station. Like just fine.
That's exactly where they're going. I'm going to Vegas in a Greyhound.
That's the only way to go to Vegas.
It's the only way. I'll be there next week.
You're going to do it. Jesus. I hear they're handing out fucking free IV drips for the hangovers on those goddamn things. Use needles only.
Are you really going back to Vegas?
So yeah,
I actually am flying out of Vegas tomorrow at 7.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Why?
For fun this time.
Oh, sweet.
So this is...
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I'm going to be in Vegas like 8 out of the next 14 days.
Nice.
Is Nikki going?
Yes. No, I'm just going by myself, just for fun.
I don't fucking know.
Nice just going in to see the culture in Vegas.
Yeah.
The culture.
Oh yes, the culture.
I missed it because I haven't seen it in 7 days.
Yeah. You're a real Vegas man now, Max.
I am.
He's a fucking desert rat now.
I am a desert rat.
He's
That's
just,
right.
Yeah, he's just never going to come back. Like
I only wear glitter. Yeah. Real sparkly sports coat.
Some like bar, like off the strip beer, like this town used to be different.
How long you been here? About a week.
Changes every day.
Yep. I'm gonna have a residency for Hold My Popcorn in Vegas, so get ready for that, guys.
Oh yeah,
aren't they getting a football team or some shit soon?
They've had a football team.
They have a football team.
Yeah.
Who were they getting? I thought they were getting something.
They've had the Raiders for a year.
The Oakland Raiders?
Yep.
Actually left?
They've
the
been
Vegas Raiders now.
And they have a hockey team.
Oh, shit.
That went to the Stanley Cup.
Funny. Apparently, it was a lot of the dock trucking pushed them out because they were going to like fuck up all the shipping and receiving out of all the docks in Oakland. And so they were like, get the fuck out. Like, just get the fuck out.
They've left Oakland like 3 times now. I think this is literally the 3rd time they've left Oakland.
Oh, shit. Where did they try going last time?
Well, they went to L.A. and then they went back to Oakland. And now they left Oakland again. There's a whole thing in, basketball, when they're talking about all the teams that move. They're like, the Oakland Raiders moved to L.A. and then back to Oakland. No one in L.A. seemed to notice.
Right. Which is probably the most true thing ever.
Yep. Okay.
Jelly time.
Yeah.
Hold on. Got two quick ones. Brief jelly time. Rosa, Christian, we love y'all. Also, Eric, thanks for continuing to make sure that we don't call child services on Bill and for ensuring that we're all still breathing. But as always, follow us and like us on the Twitter lands at HM Popcorn Pod and the Instagrams that hold my popcorn_podcast. There's a Facebook thing out there somewhere. And lastly, email one of us at tdbackrow@gmail.com. Once again, there's a fucking Facebook thing out there. I don't understand it. The Russians took it. Never found it.
There's a video of me and former co-host Derek hitting a gong in Boston from last week. That's on the Facebook page.
There you go.
So enjoy that.
Okay. There we go.
And if you want to follow me, you can do it stealthily in the city of Boston as I mosey around. So that's how you'll follow me.
Just wandering down streets. Yeah.
Maybe in North Square.
Yeah. You can meet me in North Square if you want.
Be stuffing my face with the cannolis. Trying to get this wedding ring to fit on better.
Stuffing my face with like,
the old quote, though, was it's just staring up at the sun, just going, I don't see nothing.
I don't see nothing. Blackout drunk.
There will be some fan who'll be like, I followed Tim around. It really wasn't all that. It really was anticlimactic. He just sat himself down at a restaurant in the North End and ate some spaghettis.
Honestly, it was terrible to follow Tim because he just kept it was falling. It was crop dust behind him. It smelled terrible. Don't follow Tim in the North Square at lunchtime.
No. Oh, yeah. No, definitely not after lunch.
Or in the boardroom, for that matter. Jesus Christ.
I just went from Gallery Umberto and a couple of arancinis that are trying to fight their way out there.
Ooh, I love arancini. Yeah, it's an Italian hush puppy, except better. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want people to email us legit and tell us in real world situations where you used, as opposed to addressing the elephant in the room, the sexual Tyrannosaurus in the room. I want to hear about it because I don't have the balls to do it. So.
I am a sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Yes. Spit. Oh, fucking chewing tobacco. Fuck off. With that, deuces, fuckers.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Adios. Inshallah. Yeah, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I loved how they used like a saying as opposed to like goodbye, where like the Afghan guy like says bye to the colonel at one, whatever, and he just says like, if God wills it. It's literally what he says in Arabic. It's not how that works, but okay.
All right. Sure. And then they just start ripping out, just driving away, just spraying everybody with rocks.
Again, White Snake Plan.
Yes. Stallone, Rambo immediately just takes his shirt off, so it starts flinging in the air like a helicopter.
Yeah.